the Palestinian leader in Ramallah the other day, "Oh, please make sure that our money, is not stolen."
광명성 3호 2호기 위성 발사 성공. 12월 10일 평안북도 철산군 소해 위성 발사장에서 운반 로켓 은하 3을 통한 광명성 3호 2호기 위성의 발사가 성공했습니다. 위성은 예정된 궤도에 진입했습니다. 거듭 말씀드리겠습니다. 12월 12일 평안북도 철산군 소해 위성 발사장에서
What I would say to Australians is we are not a central player in this, but we have a respected voice and we will be using it to advocate. Ultimately, the pathway out of the conflict is something that must be found by the parties to that conflict.
Tunnels like that, there's 500 kilometres of them under Gaza, built by the terrorists to hide from bombs and all that kind of stuff, built with the help in part of aid money. And Penny Wong's just given $21 million extra of aid to Palestinian efforts, including UNRWA, the United Agency that works over there. What do you make of that?
If you were just to distribute additional cash to people, you potentially make inflation worse and therefore don't help to solve the problem.
Penny Wong's made a complete fool of herself. I mean, what they've worked out here is if you work out how much concrete's needed for those tunnels and how much metal's needed for 500 kilometres of tunnels, it's about 15 billion Australian dollars. 15 billion Australian dollars. Hamas have been in power just over 15 years. The Palestinian leadership in Gaza have stolen 1 billion Australian dollars a year from the international community and the UN. Never been accounted for. No one's ever said, where are you getting all this money from? They've stolen 1 billion Australian dollars a year, including, of course, from Australian taxpayers.
A great example of us providing cost of living relief.
So if Penny Wong thinks she's got any kind of, she said to the Palestinian leader in Ramallah the other day, "Oh, please make sure that our money, is not stolen." And he said, "Oh no, it won't be stolen."
So that is very disrespectful to your leader.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Who are you? Osama bin Laden's best friend?
No, he is not my best friend. Although he has been staying in my guest house ever since they shot his double last year.
This money will go straight to Hamas, like the other $1 billion a year they've stolen from these dunces in the international community who think this aid is going to the UN, to the Palestinian people, to the children, to the hospitals, to the schools, to the needy. No, Andrew, 15 billion has been stolen by the Palestinian leadership and used to build these tunnels behind me. So if Penny thinks she's doing any good here, she has made a fool of herself. And people here in Israel today are just nodding their heads when you talk about the Australian contribution.
Yeah, well, Michael, let's not forget she was asking the Palestinian Prime Minister not to steal the money. In fact, they've got no control over what Hamas does in Gaza, so he can say all he likes.
What I would say to people is that
Australians are really doing it tough and we need a better government.
If you were just to distribute additional cash to people, you potentially make inflation worse and therefore don't help to solve the problem.
Our priority will be to provide cost of living relief whilst taking pressure off inflation. I kept that lucky $1 coin in my pocket, Mr. Speaker.